Right, okay, sitting down with Harry again here. Episode 10, the big one.
I don't drink at all. But if I was a whiskey, it would be a tear.
Health and happiness and a good fucking pod. Cheers. When do you get married again?
30th of September.
So it's a big year for you here.
Hang on. I've got an app, mate. I've got an app.
Oh, you got a wedding app?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear
94 days and 2 hours.
That's me. I'll never get married.
Yeah, that was me.
That
was me.
I'm now
18 years for the
fucking
Alex, you know what I mean? So held off this, no? I
Yes.
think they've never used Tinder before again.
Well, I have.
I've never used it. Like,
Call me out for using Tinder and all that pod.
And I've seen boys in the shop fucking swiping and all that. I've never actually used it myself.
Tinder's seedy as fuck, mate. Man, just try to be disciplined and bring religion into your life. Because religion does give you kind of confidence to be a good person.
It gives you a set of morals to live by.
That's what I'm saying.
So this is Justin Trudeau, the new future leader of the World Economic Forum, the absolute Nazi bastard that he is. He lads who say my shop the other day, I said, have a smoke, and says to me, rock hard abs in 30 days. He says, how have you had it? Not been a month. He says, let's see your abs. I haven't got none.
The thing is, failure pushes people, especially young men, pushes them to be better.
Yeah.
Because nobody, I don't care who the fuck you are, from the top echelon down to the bottom in society, whenever you feel at something and you have that humility, you go, I don't have that feeling again.
The Ku Klux Klan, what political party did they belong to?
I have to say Democrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were Democrats. And lovely guy, good guy.
But
but you're not voting for him. You're voting for the party. Communist as fuck.
There would need to be someone who knows more Sinn Féin on this side of the table to be able to have
a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
So because they would be able to tell me a hell of a lot of stuff that I don't know.
Right, okay, sitting down with Harry again here. Episode 10, the big one. I'm privileged to have the opportunity to get in the chat with him. We've got episode 3 together, but we're just getting a normal chat, and hopefully people can find a bit of value from everything that we're talking about. Some world events. Yeah. Obviously, big things happened, like the Titanic sub. Fucking, there was 4 days apparently that they were struggling and they were going to be found alive, and then next minute the Navy knew about it from the Sunday before, and a lot of dodgy things like that. But before we get into all that there, let's get the whiskey cracked. Now, obviously you picked this whiskey, Jameson. I can't remember what this tastes like. And I don't think you've had this straight.
If anybody remembers from the last pod, I'm not a drinker. I don't drink at all. But if I was a whiskey, it would be a tear.
Yes.
So because it's just not, it's not as sour as the rest of them. Just smell one bird. Go ahead. You got her. Go ahead.
Oh, I got her, man. I got her. You worry about that.
Very good. That's on your video.
So here's the health and happiness and a good fucking pod. Yeah. Cheers. Oof. Fuck. So you were just telling me they were off camera.
It's not the worst though.
It's not. See the one we had.
Like that fucking Bushmills.
Bushmills. I like Jack Daniels. Yeah. Bushmills is quite strong now.
Oh, fuck, Jack Daniels is rough.
And there was one that we had recently there called Pars whiskey.
Pars.
I had that with Willie Glass, episode 2, I think it was, or no, episode 4, and it was strong, mate. It was really strong. Like this is grand.
That's why I warm your insides up that way.
Yeah, you can feel it, like, can you? You can feel it. Right, so you were sending me off camera, obviously, talking about the last episode and talking about your accident and talking about, the life-changing moment you had whenever you were attacked. And it changed your life and wised you up, just for people who don't know about that episode. And the anniversary was a couple of days ago.
Anniversary was on Monday.
Yeah.
So we were actually talking about it, and if anybody listened to the last one and they listened to this one, it was 2 streets away from here, as in the next turn of a car, but 2 streets. And the anniversary was on Monday there, and I forgot all about it. For the first time in 18 years, I forgot all about it.
It's a good sign.
It wasn't until one of my mates called up to see me, and he says to me, "Fuck, you'll never believe what popped up on my Facebook memories. Anniversary year, right?" And I thought, "Fuck, so it is too." And it's surprising because it's my brother's birthday. It's the same day as my brother's birthday, and I remember it was my brother's birthday. Like, I forgot about that completely forgot about it. Like,
that's good.
So, so it's moving on. close that chapter.
It is a
So
sign,
thank
mate.
fuck
It's a
for that.
sign. When do you get married again?
30th of September.
So it's it's a big year for you here
Oh,
as
hang
well.
on, hang on. Do you want me to go fucking full, on this shit? I've got an app, mate. I've got an app.
Oh, you got a wedding
fuck.
app?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear
94
God.
days and 2 hours.
How much of it you planned?
None. Oh, here, no, I have. Hang on.
What do you planned?
I've organised. Remember Daniel?
Daniel.
Does the photographs.
Yes.
Daniel Punting. So Daniel's going to come in all day and just snap. Just random pics, no poses, no nothing.
Right, so
Just snap.
for the people listening at home, Daniel's an amateur and you're trusting an amateur
Well,
with
then,
wedding
here,
photos.
listen, no, not wedding photos. He's taking, hang on a minute, that's on sustainable. He's taking just random snaps throughout the day.
Uh-huh.
Do you know, could be you and Georgia sitting, feeding a child or
Right,
just bang.
okay.
It's not wedding photographs.
Yeah.
We're not doing very many wedding photographs, but the ones we are, her uncle wants to do them.
Right.
He's an amateur photographer, but it's his passion.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
okay.
He likes to take photographs.
Right.
So he's doing them. So I've organised that, and I've organised Big Sam to come to a barbecue.
Right.
Hey, weddings you been at? You never ate the wedding food?
Loads.
Oh, there we are. So we're at the barbecue.
Loads.
Fuck it.
Who's that? Who's Big Sam again?
Big Sam. What is Sam's second name? Don't want to say a second name in case I get it wrong. He's regular my chef.
Oh,
So
right.
he's,
Okay.
For his wedding present, his wife bought him a barbecue.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? He's a barbecue enthusiast.
Right.
So Sam, him and his mates going to come down, but pay them whatever they want for to do it. Get them all the meats in and feed them full of drink.
Happy days.
Do you know what I mean? Can't go wrong with it. Like,
Happy
do you know
days.
what I mean?
You excited, mate?
Nervous.
I could have swore.
Shake myself.
I could have swore a few
Shake
years
myself.
ago you said to me, "I'll never get married."
Yeah, that
I'll
was me.
never
That
get
was me.
married."
That was me.
And now
18
fucking
years
things
with the
have
garlic,
changed.
do you know what I mean? So held off us, no? So that both of us sort of held off, do you know what I mean? Wasn't right. We didn't really want it. We didn't really think marriage was for us, and this, that, and the other, and all. And do you know what? Man, I honestly can never see myself with anybody else. Like, I could never see my life without her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, you're quite a religious person as well, so obviously the Christianity side of things come into it because they say you should get married, don't they?
Well, yes.
But you would know more than me.
Technically, we should have been married before we had the kids. Do you know what I mean?
Because that ever goes to plan.
Well, it depends how strong your faith you are. If you have to sort of, I know people who are Christians and get married within a year of being together, and they've got 4 or 5 kids, and they're still together. Do you know what I mean? And it's all through their faith that they're like that. Do you know what I mean? It's
Obviously, not the previous generation. The maybe like your mum and dad will be my gran and granda, but like you're
my man dad's not that old, but
I mean like
I know what you mean,
I mean
what
like
you
they
mean.
would have got married much younger than what even your generation,
Yes.
and now my generation's even later.
I think my mum and dad got married. What was I? I was 20. No, I wasn't 20, obviously. My mum was 20 when I was born, and they were married before I was born.
Well, there you go.
So they were. So
And that was
my
normal.
dad was a couple of years older than my mum.
Right.
So they were, but they were married before I was born.
So there you go. That was just, it was a different time, mate. It was a different time.
times.
But nowadays, that kind of commitment's gone. You want to see their Facebook. You want to see their
Oh,
Instagram.
yeah, mate.
You want to see how much
It's-
money they're
it's
earning.
brutal.
Have they got debt?
It's see the way things are now. In that way, it's crazy. It's fucking absolutely mental.
Have you ever watched Black Mirror? And no one take a
I-
fucking piss out of me for the way I say mirror.
I actually haven't. Is that the one? It's different episodes for every.
Every
I've heard of it.
single
I've never
episode.
watched it. I've never watched it.
Right, so every single episode is like its own mini movie,
Yeah.
but it's all around like potential events that could happen in the world. It's like a sci-fi type thing mixed with horror. Get it in there. Get it in there. And one of the episodes was that I might be getting this a little bit wrong, but how I remember it was that you would go on like this app thing, or like it was part of normal civilization, and it would tell you who that you're best matched with, and then you would go and you'd have to be with that person for 3 weeks to see if the algorithm was right, and after the 3 weeks, if it's not right, you don't stay with them and it puts you with a new partner. Okay. Or if the algorithm's right, you stay together, you have kids, and you fucking die together or whatever.
Well, okay.
And I was like, I sitting there in my brain going, what the clean fuck? I hope to God there's never a thing like that where it can show you exactly who's right for you and all this.
I think you've never used Tinder before, yeah?
Well, I have.
I've never used it. Like,
call me out for using Tinder and all that pod.
And I've seen boys in the shop fucking swiping and all that. I've never actually used it myself.
Tinder's seedy as fuck, mate.
Oh,
it's so full of shit as well.
Oh, fuck.
So like someone, for example, fellas would put on there, have a picture of their nice car, fucking picture of them fucking in the gym, whatever, and then you go meet up with them, they're actually a fucking cunt and everything's fucking took on tick. Everything's dead.
Oh, aye.
That's the fake kind of persona that they live in. Or there's the girls who, you know, will go on 50 dates with fellas just to go out and have a free night out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a seedy kind of thing these days where there's no genuine.
It's brutal. I mean, the way the things are done nowadays is it's fucking mad. Do you know, like, I came across a girl recently, panicked. She had a stalker. Right?
Oh shit!
She had a stalker, right? And she asked the boys, and she asked me for a bit of advice. So I fucking helped her dead on. And then she comes into the shop, and I hope I don't get fucking in trouble. But then she sits and asks Gavin for fucking relationship advice. And I thought to myself, right, okay, dead on. Don't ever ask me to help you again for number one. And you're asking Gavin for fucking relationship advice.
The guy who's fucking being out of a few relationships.
You know what I mean? Like, the fucking the male gigolo. Fuck's sake. Here, he's in love at the minute. Like, fucking, massively in love. But I thought to myself, you fucking deserve everything you get. So, she brought this guy to her house. He dropped the full strip of the Alice. That's a red light straight away. You're like, what the fuck? And then she took him away, and then she brought him back. And then he would leave her house. No, listen, you fucking deserve that.
That's fucked up, man.
Mental. And I told her to her face, do what it is. You're desperate. I'm not desperate. Well,
you know what comes into my
desperation.
You know what comes into my head, and because we said we're gonna bring up the big smoke himself, but whenever Andrew Tate, Mr. Top G talks about women putting themselves in dangerous situations and how men are within their rights. This is him, by the way, saying within their rights to say, no, we're not doing that thing because it puts us in danger, aka going down a dark alley.
I've seen that, but I know that one you're talking about.
So just going on that, the fact that this girl's putting herself in these situations, she's putting herself in danger. You know, that's her putting herself there. But yeah, if something happens, she'll blame everyone else other than herself.
Exactly.
The world is not a nice place. It can be it can be a nice place, but you have to remember the ways of the jungle. You go out into that jungle and a predator sees you, it'll fucking eat you alive.
Yeah.
So be careful.
It's fucking so going on the fucking Top G. I have a 15-year-old daughter who hates him.
Georgie hates him as well.
Despises him. And I have a 13-year-old son thinks he's the fucking bee's knees. Like,
yeah.
I swear. And do you know what? I don't care what anybody says. I agree with him.
See,
what you have to remember, let me interrupt you. Everybody, and I've had people in my shop slobbering about it when I go, and they're all, the way he talks about women is ridiculous. He talks about women like this. Do you ever actually hear the way he talks about men? And nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
He cares to me.
Yeah.
He calls men weak, soft, piece of shit, and he's fucking right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I know everybody really cares what he says about women.
Yeah.
My Madison came down and just fucking says to me, so it took me a while to realise who he actually was. I heard this guy's speeches, heard about this guy Andrew Tate, and thought, right there, and then it took me a while to put two and two together, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
So Madison comes down and says, he talks about raping women. I says, what? I've heard a lot of speeches off this guy, and I've never heard this once. So she says, right, I'll prove you wrong. And she comes down and she showed me this video, this TikTok video. I says, right, he says, it's a 30-second video of a 4-hour podcast. I says, what was the context of why he said that? It doesn't matter, he should have said it. And he even says that in a later podcast with the BBC.
Yeah.
Right? We'll get to that in a second. That was taken out of context, out of the whole thing. So you have to listen to the whole, you can't just listen to that, oh, you shouldn't have said that. You have to listen to why he said that and the whole thing about it. The BBC done an interview with him. BBC themselves took it off their YouTube channel because of the backlash that they got.
I saw that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's.
And then he done the podcast with PDB, 4.5 hours. I mean, I watched 3.5 hours of that podcast.
Fuck, I didn't. I saw it and I watched a bit of it.
I sat down with Sammy and I thought, there's no point even fucking arguing. Turned it over. There's no
Yeah.
point even asking her if she want to watch the last hour because it just wasn't going to happen. So just, 19 years in me, I just turned it over.
Yeah.
But here, 3.5 hours, me and I was glued to that podcast. Like,
Yeah.
so it was fucking brilliant. It was absolutely class. That is one smart fucker. Like,
Well,
he knows his shit. Like,
I've seen a lot of his stuff, and I agree with a lot of the masculine side of things. Like men should strive to be stronger, and men should strive to be disciplined, and bring religion into your life. Because religion does give you kind of confidence to be a good person.
it gives you a set of morals to live by.
That's what I'm saying.
So what he thought, he explained in that podcast why he went from an atheist to a Christian to a Muslim, right? I would be more of a Christian than anything else.
Yeah.
But I understand why he did it. I get it. I listened to him and I thought, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he says Islam's the last true religion on the earth. And he's right. They don't stand for the way shit is at the minute. Oh,
the Middle East in general doesn't do that.
It's just the whole bit. You go out the street there now, or you stand in the centre of Carrick, centre of Belfast, and you slabber about Muhammad.
Slabber means trash talk, just so people know.
Your life is in danger. Simple. No matter where you are in the world, your life's in danger.
Yeah.
Go out. I watched a video recently of a Protestant preacher in Germany, talking about how Jesus was queer. I go to myself, what the fuck, mate?
Well,
what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? It went from love is love to now you better accept me. Do you know what I mean? You're going, listen, get the fuck. Don't ram it down my fucking state, isn't it?
That is.
Don't ram that shit down my fucking front. And that's why my wee lad gets in trouble in school, because I went to school, I told him, I don't care what you teach in your house.
Yeah.
I don't teach that in my house, and I don't want my wee lad to learn that in school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. So my opinion, I don't know if it's the same as yours, but my opinion on anything to do with the current LGBTQ plus movement is, I believe everyone should be treated equal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone treated equal. But my beliefs don't have to be, stamped upon. So when I say that, I mean, if you believe that you are female, right, and you want to transition to be a female and you're a male, and I look at you and I can clearly see the indicators of a male, I'm going to call you he. Or I'm going to be like, all right, mate, or whatever. Yeah. And if that offends you, I'm sorry, but that's just, to me, you're a man.
So you're going on that. I have a guy who comes into my shop. He's American. Oh, I can't remember about American. He's the Democrat, right? He's Democrat. And we were talking about free speech.
Yeah.
And he says that in America, you have the right to say whatever you want, but you also have the right to be offended, but you're offended. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
He can, if he says about all that there, he can say all that, he can do all that, that's no problem. And you can also disagree.
Yeah.
But that's up to you. Do you know? It's a fucking weird. Whatever way he explained it, I sort of thought, "You've got me," and I had to go. All right, I get it. Do you know what I mean? I get it.
Well, I mean, talking about the LGBTQ plus community there, if you're gay and all the rest of it, I think fucking power to you. Shag whoever you want. Fucking do whatever. 100%. The only thing that I dislike at the moment in that world, as a straight man, just a fucking disclaimer there, as a straight man, is the transphobia that people are trying to say everyone's transphobic. I don't think anybody's transphobic. I think it's just normal to be man and woman.
So
let me
what's the word? Make you politically correct.
Politically correct.
Right. So two things. There's a movement out there now to try and get the LGB away from the TQ plus.
What's that?
Because the lesbian, gay, bisexual,
right,
away from the trans, queer, all that other stuff.
Because they're the ones that say they're all different, like genders and shit.
Yeah, it's totally.
But there only is two genders. Let's be honest. There's two genders.
There can't be a mix. I'd imagine.
Hermaphrodite.
Yeah, I had a fella had a dog that had all the bits and stuff.
Right, but that's hermaphrodite.
So it can happen, but it's not that fuck. It's not as common as they say it is.
Look,
right?
You got a cock and balls, mate. Your man. I'm sorry, whatever way you look at it.
But in Canada, it's 2S LGBTQIA plus. Well, you need to get my times, kid. Two-spirited LGBTQ. Oh, why? This is Justin Trudeau. the new future leader of the World Economic Forum, the absolute Nazi bastard that he is, and I got fuck what anybody says. Klaus Schwab's father was part of the Nazi war machine. You think he just stopped teaching that ideology to his fucking children, and all of a sudden he started the World Economic Forum in 1971 and brought all these people in, and they were all Trudeau.
Forgetting the all sorts of shit. Yeah.
Here, I go down that rabbit hole all day long. I mean, there's so many of them political leaders come from the World Economic Forum. They are all come from fucking Nazi background. That's where it comes from. I go fuck what anybody says. See the way Europe is at the minute. Hitler would be so proud.
Yeah.
Hitler would be so proud. Do you know what I mean? There's a bunch of scumbags every fucking anybody that has anything to do with the World Economic Forum is a scumbag as far as I'm concerned. They are globalists. They want to rule you. They want to fucking tell you what to do.
So is that why you think that the LGBT, not so much being gay in all its forms. I think that if you're gay, you're gay. But it's the constant new thing of I'm offended for the minority. Like you're talking 0.5%.
Do you know where that all stems
the
from?
population.
And what makes it easier? So when I was in primary school, you got caned for stepping in a lane.
I can imagine that.
Oh, it was brutal. But when I got to high school, you didn't.
Yeah.
I got away with so much shit because they couldn't touch me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But as the years go on, I don't know if it was your generation or the generation after you, everybody got a participation medal. Everybody got a participation. If you were the fucking fat kid that walked to the finish line, you got a gold medal.
We didn't get that.
Do you know what I mean? But they do now. Do you know what I mean?
That's ridiculous.
And where's the individuality? Where's the strive to do better? Do you know what I mean? I going against what I say is I done one there on Friday, just a test run it. I'm rerunning it this Friday. I'm going to run it every Friday. A few lads I say my shop the other day, I sit and having a smoke and says to me, "These are primary school kids. Do you go to the gym?" I says, "I do." "Do you have an app?" What do you mean? "I've got an app." "What's your app?" "Rock hard abs in 30 days. I says, "He says, how long have you had it?" "I'll have been a month." I says, "I see your abs." "I haven't got none." So that's all right. So I knew how much money I had in my pocket, right? I says to him, "Who do the most push-ups?" Me. I said, "Tell you what, I'll give you £3 for everyone do the most." Because I knew what money, I had £6 on me, right?
Yeah.
So we lad went first, done 10. I mean, he done 10 good, clean push-ups. Like, he done really crackers. The second wee lad that went done 24. Some of them weren't the best, but he still done the most. The third wee lad had never done a push-up, was fucking leafing, right? So the wee lad that done the 24 got the £3 because he done the most.
Yeah.
The wee lad that done the 10 got 2 because he done the better. And the wee lad at the end got 1 for putting in the effort. Right? Now, participation medals. But I told them, from now on, every Friday at my shop, winner take all, fiver, whoever does the most. All that can do is strive them to be better. See the wee lad that had done none? Stopped his dad, I said to the shop the other day, and I told his dad about it. His dad says, "I'll have him doing push-ups every day this week."
But see, the thing is, failure pushes people, especially young men, pushes them to be better.
Yeah.
Because nobody, I don't care who the fuck you are, from the top echelon down to the bottom in society, whenever you feel at something and you have that humility, you go, "I don't want that feeling again."
No.
And when that happens, what do? You usually kick yourself up the arse.
One or two things will happen. You'll either walk away altogether.
Well, that's another option.
Give up.
Yeah, that's another option.
Or you'll strive to be better. Do you know what I mean? There was this chap today. Now, I hope Gavin watches this and sees this, because I hold a push-up record for my shop. Right? Last year, I couldn't do 20.
Right.
Gav was banging 840s. No sweat.
Yeah.
So this year, Gav done 40 and struggled. I done 41 just to beat him.
By one?
Yeah.
Cheeky bastard.
Here, wins a win.
Cheeky bastard.
But I says to my Harvey, "You watch," I says, "he will practice like fuck and he'll come back and he'll do better." He came back 2 days later, a day later, he done 43. So I done 60. Right? And then he says a day, practice. I says, "Right, go ahead, that's fuck I go." Guess what he quit at?
What?
38.
Oh shit, he went down?
He went down. I done 60.
Oh,
and listen, he see by the end of the summer, he'll do 100, he'll blow beer in the water. Because he is that competitive. I know he'll do it. I know for a fact he'll do it. But me keep chipping at him will make him go, that fucking right, I'll fucking show you.
Good, man.
And he was fucking right, man.
Good.
I love it. See him at the when me and him done the CrossFit, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
He was fucking class. I gave up because I kept being sick. He gave up because he just didn't want to go on his own.
Yeah.
So, and he's busted to go back. The CrossFit gym to his house, I'd say as the crow flies, would it be from here to your granddad's house?
That's not very far.
It's not, mate. It's not that far. Like. So
Wow.
maybe at a push, sorry, Lance, or the money. Maybe
it's
at
not
a
even
push.
5 minutes.
Nah, it's not. You can walk it if you want to. Like. He could walk it. Like.
So needs to get the finger
he'd be
out.
back. He'd be in his. When we left that gym, he'd be back in his house quicker than I can get out of something he was about.
Fuck.
Do you know what I mean?
Fuck.
It's not that far from him. Like.
But I want to go back to what we're talking about there, about the, and I want, just because I want to put my point across. So we're talking about the LGBTQ stuff, and we're talking about the transphobia stuff that we see. It just seems every time I go on the internet, I see someone screeching that their rights are being infringed on because someone doesn't agree with what sexually they prefer or whatever. And I just feel like we're living in a bit of a clown era here, because I want to see young people worry about big problems. How do we solve big problems like poverty? How do we solve big problems like the inequality from the very top to the very bottom? How do we solve like these inequalities? Not worrying about who people enjoy to fucking have sex with. Like,
so
what the fuck, or what like to dress up as, or whatever the fuck.
There's books geared towards primary school children.
I've seen them.
Right, that promote. They're actually graphic novels of how to do. Sex, blowjobs, all geared to kids.
But why?
Because they're pushing it in. I'll get to that. Right? Hold on, you touched on something there. So I'll go this way and then I'll go this way. On Instagram, 2 pages I follow: Gays Against Groomers and Super Awesome. What's her name? Super Awesome FL something. Super Awesome lesbian and a female lesbian or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, these 2 pieces are class. See her, Super Awesome. She's brilliant. Just the way she delivers stuff, it's fucking class. Gays Against Groomers is just calling it out. It's fucking the two. If you're going to listen to anybody, listen to their community, because it's their community they're using to push it. Just like Trump.
Yeah.
I listen to blacks.
Yeah.
I listen to people of colour when they were slaughtered by Trump. I listened to them.
Yeah.
So I did. Do you know what I mean? I came up with this theory myself a few years ago. I didn't tell too many people about it until maybe the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I found this thing online and going, holy fuck. Right? So when you talk to an atheist, they say, when Jesus fed 1,000 people with the 2 fish, it's a metaphor because we're in the age of Pisces.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought, right, okay, let's go down that road and see where it goes. So what comes after the age of Pisces? Do you do star signs?
No.
Age of Aquarius is next, right? And I worked it out. It either starts in 2039 and we're all in by 2049, right? So let's go. I can't remember the name, but 2049 was definitely the all-in date, right? So I came across and I found this girl called Alice Bailey, who wrote the 10 Rules for the New World Order 100 years ago, right? It's about pushing an agenda, getting the kids under the age of 10 to push your agenda. So as when they're older, it's second nature to them, right? I also have a list from the Naked Communists called 45 steps to put communism within America. So far in there, it's embedded in the system. It's crazy. But Alice Bailey, their term is to push and bring about the second coming of Christ so as they can bring about the age of Aquarius in 2049. They wrote this 100 years ago. I came up with this theory myself. So I sat. It's a bit out there of a theory, and people's gonna go fucking ways up. So I don't really tell too many people about it. But seeing now that I found that, I was telling people about it. Just a couple of people that I know understand what I'm talking about, because not everybody gets it. So I told a couple of people about it, and then all of a sudden found this fucking thing. And I was like, whoa, what the actual fuck is going on here? Like, there's an agenda behind the whole thing. The satanic shit is all being done on purpose. It seems to be the higher up that fucking ladder you climb, no matter what it is,
Yeah.
the more devious and disgusting you are. Do you know?
Well,
It's mad. It's absolutely mental.
I don't know about all that. That's totally out of my depth. So if people listening, they can go and look at what you're talking
go
about.
Go look up Alice Bailey on YouTube, and then find the video for the 10 rules for the New World Order, and you'll fucking see all this coming through.
Well, there you
go.
Mental. People can go form their own opinions with that kind of stuff.
And here's this is what I was going to say to you as well. So. So you have left wing and you have far right. Nobody's centre. Everybody's fucking far right. But as a conservative, I'm not telling you this is fact. I'm telling you, go find out for yourself.
Yeah.
Where the tolerant left,
you
better fucking listen to me. You better hear what I say.
Yeah.
And you're far right if you don't listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they're not tolerant left anymore. They're the intolerant left.
Yeah.
They are communist as fuck. And they are that far gone. They're that far deluded that they can't see that they are the problem.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing in their heart but hate for you because you don't agree with everything they say. Hold on a minute here, mate. Whoa, people on the left, I mentioned to somebody the other day, people on the left used to be, they used to be tolerant and everybody was welcome, it didn't matter who you were. Now they're shouting down on you. And people on the right are going, hold on a second, here's my opinion, here's how I got it, but go find out for yourself. And do you need to be hand up, mate? Come on, I'll help you. Do you need to be boost? Do you need to be... Are we left? Are you feeling down and out?
Yeah.
Come on, I'll take you to the gym. Certain people, got a good business idea, right? Okay, here.
Yeah.
There's a few quid back you up. I've done it.
Uh-huh.
I've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
Slipped people a couple of quid to get something off the ground, and it's worked.
Yeah.
Sometimes it didn't work. Fuck, you have to take a risk, mate.
100%. So I think that just because we're talking there, you're either leftist or you're far right. There's no in between. So as a government,
but if you go on the whole circle, you go that far that way, you come around this way. If you go that far that way, you come around this way.
Yeah.
You get me?
So as a government or as a society, a democratic society, there needs to be a gatekeeper to all these things, because if someone's far right, they shouldn't. And when I say far right, I don't know, the Ku Klux Klan.
The term has gone.
Right, but let me just let me just
we'll get back to the Klan.
Right, so let me just get in that. So, for example, they would say the Ku Klux Klan far right, far left would say Antifa. Right, so Antifa and the Ku Klux Klan, both opposite sides of the spectrum. The government's job, the government's job is to be like, right, both of yous are not right. Yous are both hating on certain individuals, and the normal democratic human being deserves to go about their day without that kind of bullshit. But it seems like, if you, like you said, if you don't agree with the government's point of view, and the government shouldn't have a point of view, the government should be very, 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 very. No, what's the word? Unbiased.
Yeah.
Should be unbiased in all situations. Yep. It should be, what's their rights as a human being, and they don't deserve to be harassed and attacked, etc., etc. After that, that should be it. And social norms should stay social norms. Yeah. Don't change social norms just to change them. Mm-hmm. You know, for example, like you were talking about children's books. Yeah. Children do not need to know what goes on in a bedroom whenever they're fucking 6 years old. Yeah. Okay, I know that maybe if someone who's in that relationship, like a two-spirit relationship or whatever, I don't know enough about it, to be honest, I'm out of depth here, but if you're in that relationship and 2 8-year-olds talk about it, they're probably going to laugh at you, and that might be like, oh, they're not educated. They don't need to be educated in that world.
Right, so
go back to the Klan, because you said you had something to say there.
Right, let me get just a quick notes on that. What they're teaching now is consent. Teaching children consent. So they're trying to make it legal. This is so the Tulsi Gabbard, Democrat from America, Hawaii.
So we're talking American politics here, are we?
Right, we're going to go back to the Klan here in a second. She released a statement not that long ago. The Democrats in America fucking hate her, by the way. She released a statement that the UN has now made it legal for adults to have sex with children as long as the children consent.
Fuck.
So they're teaching they're teaching consent. You can talk a child into anything. You can talk a kid into doing it. Go and ping that window. Go and ping that window. Everybody laugh. We'll get a chase. We'll do it. Here's a kid. Window in. He's really fuck.
Yeah.
Still consent. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Do you get me? But because I don't want to talk about that shit. But you can talk a child into fucking. You can talk as an adult. Kids look up to you. Talk about anything. Right. So anyway, get off that because it's fucking disgusting. It's perverted as fuck. The Klan, right? Do you know how many Harvard-educated people in America get this fucking question wrong? So, do you know much about American politics? Bits and pieces.
I know bits and pieces.
Right, so
I
so
follow
the
current stuff.
Ku Klux Klan, the far right, white supremacists.
Yeah.
What political party did they belong to?
I'm gonna have to say Democrats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were Democrats.
Yeah.
They were. See, many Harvard universities should say, "Oh, Republicans." They're
Yeah.
Republicans. They're Republicans. Who was the party of the Jim Crow laws? Do you know what Jim Crow laws were?
I know Jim Crow, and he was a motivational speaker, but I don't think that's
Completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. So Jim Crow laws were people of color were second class citizens.
right.
You had water fountains for blacks, whites. Blacks had to sit at the back of the bus. This sort of stuff, right? Again, pushed by Democrats. It was all Democrats, right? And then they say, "Oh, there was this great Southern switch where they went Republican and they went Democrat," and you go to yourself, "Hold on a wee second here." So you're telling me that the Democrats who were in power in the 1950s and 60s, I think it may have been in the 1950s, but anyway, let's say 1950s, 60s, and did they just disappear? Like the Nazis, like Jerry Adams says about the IRA, they haven't gone away, you know? They didn't just disappear. I mean, they went a whole different way of doing things, and they pushed their agendas a different way.
Yeah.
Those Democrats, those white supremacists didn't just disappear. Joe Biden gave a speech, and I know definitely one. I think it was two. He gave there's a talk, they call it a talk, at a funeral of a leading member of the KKK. Joe Biden introduced the 94 crime bill, where if you were caught with this tiny bit of fucking drugs, you're going to jail for a long, long time. There's
Why?
photographs everywhere of his son sitting with crack pipe. Do you know what I mean? Measuring crack, selling it to people and all. Do you know what I mean?
Well, there you
and
go.
not that done them. Do you know what I mean? Because they're all political as fuck.
Well, there's special privilege, isn't there? Whenever you start talking about like even politicians in our government, like there's just constant privilege, and you see it
There
from
shouldn't
the
be.
top to the bottom.
So what annoys me is in politics, you should have a term.
Mm.
People, in this, as far as I know, right, I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong.
Yeah.
You get the grammar school student who comes from privilege. Okay, let's say, because I didn't realize.
Well, not all of them.
No,
Yeah, not all of them.
no. As I'm saying, no, right. But they do go through a different education system than the rest of us, which I didn't know until recent years. But anyway, so you have this kid, so say for toxic goes to one of the big schools in Belfast. Well, not name them because I got kicked off the fucking BBC for fucking naming them before the haircut protest. But BRNN's just bastards. But anyway, so child goes there, well looked after, leaves that school, does A levels, goes on to university, studies politics.
Yeah.
And then goes into politics and beats a politician, and we're expected to vote for them every 4 years.
Yeah.
They don't know what it's like to live around here.
Yeah.
They do not have no idea what we're going through on a daily basis around here.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm gonna fuck. They have never missed a meal so as their kids can get fed. I've done it. I've done. I'm sure your parents don't. I would put my hand on the heart and say your parents did it.
Yeah.
Because I know your parents.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I can guarantee you, their parents done it for them as well.
Yeah.
Them politicians sitting up and storming, hanging, I got a clue. They have no idea what we're going through, and we're expected to vote for them because they're the DUP and they'll keep Sinn Féin out. Fuck off, me.
My next episode's a member of the DEP, so I will bring us up to
Well, I'll
him.
make sure you do, because I stopped voting for him too. I used to vote for him. I stopped voting for him.
Well, there you
So
go.
I did.
Well-
I'll never vote for him. I'll never vote for a member of his party again. Him as a person,
Yeah.
and lovely guy, good guy.
But, gotta get that one right there,
But you're not voting for him. You're voting for the party.
Yeah.
The party are full of shit. Party are full of crap.
I agree. I agree.
They've
with
been
you.
beating that same war drum since I was a kid.
I agree.
Right
I
time
agree.
to get off their fucking high horse and done something for the people.
I agree with you to an extent. I was in a party lately and we got in it was a party where, when I say a party, it wasn't really a party. It was 4 people and we're having a couple of drinks. 2 of them were Catholic. One was from the Falls Road. The other one, I can't remember where she was from, but she was heavily Catholic. Blah blah blah. And the other guy there, he was Protestant, but not all the Unionist loyalist descent. He's just Protestant.
Well, did these Catholics go to mass?
They did. They don't anymore.
Okay.
They don't anymore. You had to go whenever you were in primary school and stuff.
So they're as much Catholic as people around here present.
Yeah. But what I'm saying
Because
is,
of the geography of where they come from.
yeah. But what I'm saying, what the point of it, I'm saying
Nice.
with this is that whenever we were chatting about like the DUP and stuff, there's certain things that I agree are fucking stupid, and they've always been stupid. For example, laws around alcohol with the DUP are incredibly fucking stupid. It's not even funny. Well, we can't have any more alcohol licenses because there'll be too many bars, there'll be too many this. There only should be a certain amount of bars and a certain amount of licenses in circulation at one time. Have you been to anywhere in the mainland of the United Kingdom? There's a bar, there's a wine cellar, there's all sorts
You
of
could
things
go out the
going on.
children's around the corner by a full carry if that was an England.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. So
That's
so
stupid.
This is
Stuff like that's stupid.
This is where they push their religion into their politics.
But
right?
what's that got to do? What's a religion? What's that got to do? Like, you can drink wine as a Christian.
But you're not meant to get drunk.
Oh, right. I know.
Right. So this is where they push their religion into their but they've all cheated on their wife. They've all done. Some of them are religious people. Some of them are gay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What the DUP are full of shit.
Yeah.
They're full of crap.
So-
but the one thing I do like about them, and I hope we should stick with, is nowhere opens to 1 o'clock on a Sunday. I like that. I like that tradition.
But that was to stop supermarkets, I think.
That was to stop everybody, so as everybody could go to church.
Was it?
I
thought it was something to do with supermarkets.
No, I think that was so as everybody could go to church.
Well, sure, only
I believe that anyway. I don't know if I could be wrong.
Well, I might have to fact check that
as
one.
Peter, the DUP man, he'll know.
Yeah,
So,
but I
but
think,
that one I agree with.
Yeah.
And I would like that's I know people go, this is fucking ridiculous. The world was the 1 o'clock. I actually like that.
Yeah.
I actually like that. And I hope that tradition stays. But if you get the Sinn Féin Marxists coming in from the other side, fuck
The
that,
Sinn
fuck
Féin
that,
Marxists.
fuck. Well, here, why than that? Fuck, mate, listen, don't get me started.
Right. Well,
They're communist as fuck.
there would need to be someone who knows more Sinn Féin on this side of the
I would
table
like
to
to
be able to
sit down
have,
and have a conversation with somebody.
Yeah.
So,
And that's not
because
me.
they would be able to tell me a hell of a lot of stuff that I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like when I worked in Eamons, I had a lot of that debate. Because
Eamons, just so people know, because you're speaking, whenever you're saying I worked in Eamons was a Catholic barbershop.
Yeah. Well, yes.
They were
and
all
no.
Catholic and you were the
I was
Protestant.
really Protestant there.
Right, okay.
And I got the bag ripped out of me left, right, and centre. I mean, it was brilliant. The
Yeah.
crack was fucking great. Had a
Yeah.
couple of better ones, but it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't care. It fucking didn't.
Well, look, we'll have a...
But you had that everywhere. Do you
Yeah,
know
we've
what I mean?
got a pretty coloured past. So some people do, obviously, they've got family members involved and stuff like that. And whenever I talk to people from in Northern Ireland, which has this troubled past, worldwide renowned troubled past between Catholics and Protestants, but it's not really between Catholics and Protestants. It's more about people who want to be a United Ireland and people who don't want to be United Ireland.
Unionists and Republicans.
Yeah,
Nationalists and loyalists.
Yeah,
No, that's...
for some reason it went Protestant and it went Catholic.
I
because
think
Protestants came from what?
I think
England?
it went religion.
I might be completely wrong with that. Sorry.
Shit, was it late 18s or early 1900s is when it went religion. Before that, it was a lot of Irish folk heroes were Protestants.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of them. That's the one I used to love getting them with. They go, blah, 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 and I go, you do know Henry Joy McCracken was a Protestant? No, he wasn't. Look it up, yeah, he was. And Wolfe Tone sings all the Republican songs.
Yeah.
Wolfe Tone himself was Church of Ireland.
Yeah.
You ever hear of Casement Park, the GAA club on the 10 Road? He was not a Protestant. So
Right,
he was.
okay.
Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't religion. It was religion in the last, say, 100 years.
Yeah.
Whereas before that, it wasn't. It was Republicans, nationalists, loyalists, unionists.
Well,
It didn't matter. Religion didn't come into it until more recent history.
Yeah, so just whenever obviously I didn't really grow up knowing any Catholics. Obviously being Carrickfergus is like a 95% at least.
It's as
Protestant.
much anymore, but it used to be. Like,
Right, well, I didn't know anyone.
Predominantly Protestant.
Protestant area, predominantly Unionist area and Loyalist area, especially where we are now. So I never really knew much about that.
Nope.
But see, once I started, and you were always like, it was almost whenever you were like going to the bands and all these different things. It was like they were the enemy.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
I wanted
Very
to.
brackets, yeah,
They
yeah,
were the
yeah.
enemy
Yeah,
type
yeah.
thing, and I didn't fucking know anything about it. But whenever I actually met someone who was Catholic, I was like, wait a fucking second here. What they're saying is like sitting in front of a mirror and being like you done this and you done this, no, you done this and you done
Yeah,
this and
yeah,
you done this
yeah,
and you
yeah.
done this, and I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Wasn't until I started barbering. I was about 33. I had met a lot of Catholics in different workplaces, but it wasn't until I started barbering I started spending a lot more time with people and realizing they're not much different to me. They're not much different.
They're difference.
The ones that I met, their core ethos, if you will, was their family. So that all they gave a fuck about was that was their main thing, was
Yeah.
their kids and their brothers, their sisters, their kids. Ian was a big family man. Like he wouldn't give a fuck if he'd ever seen anybody else the rest of his life.
Yeah.
As long as he's seen his brothers
Yeah.
and his sisters,
Well,
his mum and dad. See the relationship he had with his mum, brilliant, mate.
But
Fucking
what I'm
class,
saying is, no, all this shit doesn't matter. It's all noise that you're given to hate someone.
yeah, and you'll find come around election time, they'll beat that word drum. Sinn Féin this, the DUP that. They're behind the scenes, they're best mates. So
Well, that's what they're all
the
like.
Fuck, like.
But that is what they're all like
the actual
in
fuck?
most.
But they're weighing everybody else up. They're weighing everybody. Instead of going, right, so let's go back to the term thing, right? People should be in and out for a term. So you have the guy who went to university, studied politics, and I'm going to do this for you, I'm going to do that for you, right, okay? Or you have, off the top of my head, F.G. Wilson, for example, come in and says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. The F.G. Wilson's no longer, I think F.G. Wilson himself is dead and the family caterpillar bought them over.
Yeah.
But this guy done something with his life. Or
Yeah.
the guy who runs Chain Reaction, done something with his life. Who you going to listen to more? The guy went to university or the guy that built an empire? I'm going with the guy that built an empire.
Well, that's
You know what I mean?
that-
Fuck you, mate. I'm listening to this guy.
Well,
he made it. You know what I mean?
that's
What do
an
you do? You work for a salary, mate. Do you know what I mean? My fucking money. Did you fuck all for me? Do you know what I mean? That's the whiskey. Fuck, let's start me.
right. Well,
That's
here,
why I don't drink. Fuck.
get away with skin. You'll be
Fuck,
alright.
alright, well.
No, I just want to talk. I just want to finish that little segment with saying,
Okay.
I think we're all just residents of Earth, and if you're a religious man, then you know that there's something after that.
Yeah.
And I doubt when you go into the gates of heaven, they're going to say you're Protestant, are you Catholic, are you Hindu.
No, they're not.
That's just not how it works.
They will know when you get there. Are you a believer or are you not?
So
This is what gets me. Protestants, Catholics, even Muslims I've found it recently, and Jews, we all worship the same God.
yeah,
What the fuck am I fighting for?
yeah.
So, I mean, fuck me.
But this is
seriously,
what I'm
like,
saying.
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I think in Northern Ireland, get away from all politics, which is to do with you versus them. Get rid of the you versus them, and just be like, we want people who work for, yes, the people who have big things going on. They need to be looked after, but so do the working class. Because see, if you're a working
They're the
class
backbone
person,
of the community.
you need to be able to afford your house.
Yeah.
You need to be able to afford to feed a child or a couple of children, and you need to have basic amenities and be able to afford to go
Have you
out.
heard about mortgage rates?
Oh, they're fucking ridiculous.
The
My
rec-
credit cards are fucking constantly emailing me saying they're up 0.5%, and that's 4 times now.
The fucking there was a law passed. Something I heard recently. Within the next year, by this time next year, so many people are going to be at home because the mortgage rates are going to go up that high.
But they're going ridiculous rates.
So this is fucking stupid me because we rent, right? It's fucking it means nothing to me.
No, that's not stupid. That's not stupid.
No. Let me get to it. I don't understand mortgage rates because I rent, right? So I
Yeah.
never really look at it. But I talked to a couple of guys there recently who went and bought their first home, and a guy who sold his first home, bought a second home, hoping this is his forever home.
Yeah.
Brilliant, happy days though. Do you know, this is fucking stupid of me. People that watch this are going to go, you're a dick. And yeah, I get it. Do you know when the mortgage rates go up, that doesn't come off your top end? That's just your interest rate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't.
Yeah.
So if you buy a house for 100 grand
Yep.
and you agree to pay back, say, 600 a month,
Yep.
and then the interest rate goes off,
Yep.
so you're paying 800 a month,
Yep.
that doesn't come off your top end.
I know.
Get the fuck. Why
Did
the
I
fuck
know
would
that?
you want to buy a house? No, I didn't do that recently. Who the
That's how
fuck
it
would
works
want to
out.
buy a house?
So
mate?
it's
fuck that
it's
shit.
6% or whatever, 4%, 8%,
Fuck.
whatever it is of the remaining mortgage amount. So
Yeah.
25 years, 20 years, 15 years, whatever it is, and that's what gets added on.
Aye.
And it's
And
ridiculous.
then, and it goes up, and it goes up, and it
Yep.
get the fuck you hear.
Yeah.
I would want to buy a house for 100 grand if you want to put 50% on top of it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. But you're paying back 150, and that's it.
See-
All right. If they want to put the money up, that should still come off your top end to make that pay back quicker.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Fuck paying the bank extra money when they can just go and print more. Nah, fuck that.
Well,
And the difference, and what would I say to one of the guys too? We rent, see if something goes wrong, pick a phone, need that fixed. See if you own that,
Yeah.
something goes wrong, you find that money and get that fixed.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's so wrong.
I do understand that people want their own home, and I know this now
I'd
because
love to own my own. Love to own my own.
we're renting at the minute, and they're, for example, we want to put up, because Poppy's going to start walking here soon, just crawling at the minute. We need to start baby proofing things so she
Yeah.
can't pull things
Yeah.
down. So we actually have to ask
Keep
for
your
permission.
glasses up on the top shelf and all that shit.
Yeah, so we have to ask for permission to put our TV on the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it annoys me a bit. Like, I need to ask for permission to
Yeah,
like
to do
paint
that.
the house
Yeah.
or to put a TV up on the wall.
See,
But the caveat with that is,
you can't.
if I had a mortgage, a
do
good
whatever you want.
mortgage on a lovely, lovely home, and I was in a salary pay position, and my mortgage went up, and from 40% of my income to 65% of my income, I'd be homeless
Yeah.
because I need food to eat.
Yeah.
I need a
See-
car to get to work.
There's a house a couple of doors down from us, right? See if they want to put a picture on the wall. The landlord has to come out and put it up.
That's madness.
Do you know what I mean?
Ours
If
is
you
nowhere
want to
near
paint
that. Mad.
it, see ours. See, as long as you don't fucking rack the place,
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
So
Don't go fucking buck daft and knock
Yeah.
walls down and
yeah.
put in fucking fitted kitchen. Well, I'm not gonna put a fitted kitchen in unless they're going
Maybe the light of a fitted
Yeah,
kitchen.
do you know what I mean? It took us a few years of asking to get a new bathroom in because all my kids are big enough now to need a shower.
Yeah.
And we got it. We got it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they've never no issue. It's like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? You come out, our house is gleaming. We do anything we need done, we'll do it ourselves
Yeah.
before we go and ask. If we go and ask, it's only because it's a fucking big job.
Yeah, so
So-
with mortgages and me, in the housing situation in general, I believe that everything, try and have as much assets as possible. And this is me looking at other people like Rich Dad Poor Dad and
Yeah.
different books and listening to different gurus. It seems to me like you should, if you want to buy a house, no problem. Buy a house, live in the house for 2 years, get enough equity out of the house, buy another house, rent that house out, and then have that house helping to pay for this house, then buy another house
Yeah.
until both of these houses are now paying completely for this house.
Yeah.
You're living rent free and you have two assets.
Yeah.
Win-win.
It's the
But if you
get-
buy a
it's
house just to
getting-
live in for the next 30 years, you are being strangled. This is what the government
Yeah,
want.
of course
You
it is.
need to be in that job you hate because you need to pay that
Yeah.
fucking mortgage or you're on the street.
To
kid.
keep that fucking bitch happy that fucking bleeds you fucking dry and tap Jesus all day. Do you know what I mean? It's
Right,
fun.
well, that's some people, I
It's
guess.
fun. Not everybody, like, you know, but it does happen. Like, do you know what I mean?
Look,
Like, there's people where I know, I don't know personally, but I've heard stories of guys, and I would believe it, that are stuck in relationships because it'll cost them too much money to get out of it. Do you know what I mean? Because she'll bleed them dry. Because she wants to be kept in the life she's accustomed to, but yet she's cheating on him. She's doing everything behind his back, treating him like shit.
look.
Dude, fuck.
See if you're a
The
man.
system's fucked. The system's rigged against you if you're a man. That's the way
Well,
it is.
I want to say this as for any man, and we can only speak to give advice to men. So women, any women listening, I won't look at the camera for this. Any women listening, I don't want this to be offensive. I can only give the perspective of a man because
Yeah,
I
'cause we
am
are,
a
mate.
man,
Yeah.
and I want to say any man that lets a woman do that kind of thing to him, doesn't walk away, doesn't have a spine.
Yeah. Needs a growth
I don't
fucking set.
care if you have to live in the streets. I don't care if you have to live couch to couch.
Yeah.
There's a way to work yourself out of them things. But if you're going to let yourself be treated in a certain way, that's the way you'll always be treated.
Yeah.
Not just by women, but by other men.
By everybody.
You can sense someone. See if I come in and I meet you, I go, all right, hi, how are you? And you go, all right, mate. First thing I'm thinking is he's something wrong with him. He's shy.
Yeah.
And if I think you're
Yeah.
shy, I think that in 9 times out of 10 of any situation, I'd be like, aye, Harry, I'll fucking do it, because you wouldn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's the sort of thing, what you say. See people talking with sunglasses on. Don't even look at me if you've got sunglasses on. See, because I can't see your eye. Now, I'm not sitting staring at you in the eye all the fucking time. But see, if I can't see them, don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk to me. I don't like it at all. I hate talking to people with sunglasses on. Because it's fuck. I don't know. Is it weird to me? You're like, Harry, what about you? Personal glass. I mean, you know. I have no idea who you are. Mate. Don't even give me a time of day. I mean, work could be my fucking best mate. Just bought a new set of shades. Got a fucking haircut. And you looking great. They're going.
100%.
Fuck you are.
So I think that men
Windows of the eyes, the soul.
100%. And men, when you meet another man will size you up. Because imagine it's like a grizzly bear and a grizzly bear. If I meet you and I think that you don't have a backbone for yourself,
yep.
And for example, we're going to do some business. Me and you're going to do some business together.
Yep.
And I come in to the meeting and I shake your hand. Your handshake's very weak, and you're talking. You're putting yourself down. You're putting your business down. I'm thinking, what a fucking loser. Straight away, what a fucking loser.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I'm probably going to be able to negotiate much harder with you than I will with other people who would be like, wait a second. But I know with you, I could probably say whatever the fuck, and you'd be like, yeah, okay, no problem.
Yeah, well, you also get people come in there, be your fucking best mate, and they're only in there to wipe your eye.
Well, that's one of the rules of power.
Yeah.
Is never to give away your true intentions.
Yeah.
So the rules of power for anybody who wants to go read a book, which is fucked, the rules of power is it's a very nasty way of getting up the corporate ladder and getting up in life, but it is true, and it's befriend people who you can take advantage of.
That book is banned in 90% of prisons in America.
Is it?
Yeah, because
holy shit!
It's a how-to guide of how to manipulate people.
Yeah, it is. It's fucked.
It's fucking.
Because I sat and read them out to Georgia, and she was like, "This is one of the nastiest things I've heard," and I was like, "It is, but it does work. It does work because you'll have people who you think."
Law?
Was it
the 50th law?
No, what's it?
I've never read it. Is it 50 Cent added his own
law? Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I mean, is it the 48 Laws of Power? Is it
48 Laws of Power?
Yeah. Sorry,
by Robert Greene. So
yeah.
Anybody's looking for it. I have the audio too.
Yeah.
I've never actually finished it, to be fair.
I've only went for it, so I have read it, but I can't remember it. But I if I want to know one of the rules, I just go and Google them, and you can get the 48 rules for anyone who wants to have a look at the rules. You can
actually fucking. Here's one for anybody. See what I found. I actually did this. I found it a couple of times. You can actually find the audio on Spotify.
Shit.
For free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But like talking about you just going on there and saying the people who will befriend you, they actually stab you in the back.
Yeah.
You will have that time and time again. I don't care if you're 60 and in the next 20 years you're probably going to have more people doing it to you. Yeah. It's not an age thing. It's a people thing. People think about themselves in all situations.
So going on that, and what we have talked about multiple times.
Right? Do you want a beer or do you want a strongbow?
Do you know what? I'll take a strongbow, mate, because it's dark fruits. I like a dark fruits. Cheers, but we have talked multiple times about helping young people coming up in life.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I truly and
that's the same sort of thing that fucking Andrew Tate talks about. That's why they hate him, because young lads look up to him.
Yeah.
My wee lad of 13 thinks he's the bee's knees, and I'm delighted that he thinks so.
Well, some of his stuff is very shock factor. He does say things to the shock factor, but he doesn't actually believe him. And I know that he doesn't believe him because he has a daughter. And anybody who has a daughter, same as yourself and me, you know, you don't really want your daughter to be a fucking slave to a man.
No chance.
A woman
my daughter's very, very independent. I mean, my daughter's more independent than I am.
Well, this is it. I want Poppy when she's older to be independent.
Me being a male chauvinist, if you will, right? That's so much Chinese shit. But I always tell my wee girl, see if something happens here, man, you're up, kid. My wee girl could run my house, no sweat.
I didn't know what the fuck you were getting at there, mate, for a second. I was like, here's me.
Where's this going?
Here's me.
Where's this going?
Until you said about the house. Right, thank fuck for that.
My Madison can do everything. She is so independent. It's incredible. But she inspires me so much.
The right person, the right man would probably push her to do things in her life that she wants to do. Yeah. Whatever it is. If she wants to start hitting the gym or wants to start a fucking podcast or write a book or whatever the fuck she wants to do with her life. If she finds a good man, he'd be like, let's go for it, let's do this, let's go on a holiday, let's do that. But you find the wrong man who just wants to play Xbox, get his weed money and sit in his room. Then what you'll find is you'll be like looking at your daughter like, leave that fucking waster now.
Right, got a convo, not name names. Hope he watches this because it's fucking fuck. So I had a guy in the chat recently fill out his girlfriend. Right, and he's fucking. And it was a bit of I don't know what. He was angry, right? He was angry, and really so. He fought with his girlfriend. Yes, he was. Here's, I hope to get my clothes. And the bitch didn't pack my fucking PlayStation. And I thought, my God, are you fucking serious? Like,
Oh, dear.
she didn't pack your PlayStation. My God, your world's going to end.
Wow.
What the fuck? Like, do you know what I mean? The generational thing. Lovely fella, has got a bright future ahead of him. Like, really fucking good guy.
Yeah.
Really, really good guy. But see when he said that, I was like, are you fucking serious? Like,
That's really your problems, man.
are you fucking serious? PlayStation or Xbox or whatever the fuck it was, just leave it, mate.
Yeah.
Buy another one.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But you save up all these points and all this. I don't get it. I mean, I'm not about that life. I mean,
Yeah.
I bought my first Xbox because I'd played Modern Warfare 2.
Fuck.
And I thought, this is great.
What a game, by the way. What a
Actually,
game the
was it
game
Modern
dropped
Warfare
there.
2? Was it the fourth one? It was
That was COD 4.
COD 4.
Modern Warfare. Not Modern Warfare 2.
There you go. Like, fucking, I mean.
What a game.
Right. So that's the reason I bought my first Xbox was to play that game. I mean, Harvey were flat out at it. Like, so we're actually going to be at the team. Well, that baby was young at the time. And after that, then as the kids got older, their friends had PlayStations, so they wanted PlayStations.
Yeah.
So I bought them all PlayStations, and I didn't even turn the fucking thing on. I go into my Ollie's room, and he's left all night. I look for a TV box and turn TV off.
Right.
Even isn't wrong. They have to turn it off.
So I'm a gamer, right? I do love gaming. I do
not.
love gaming, but here's what I'll say. Is when you're a little bit older as well. So what I find now is, see if I have obligations to myself. So I have a do list. It's not a to-do list. It's a do list because it gets done.
Yep.
A to-do you can leave forever. This is a do list.
Okay.
And on my do list, I have a key on it, and the key is green, blue, and red. Red is get it fucking done and get it done ASAP. Blue is you need to get it done, but do the reds first. And
Okay.
green is do it when you got time, right?
Yep.
And whenever I see that I have some things not ticked off my do list and I'm sitting on that fucking computer playing games, yeah, for the first half an hour, whatever, it's good, fucking eating some Doritos or whatever the fuck. And then I see a do list and I go, I'm a fucking waster. I feel bad at myself because I know there's things that will better my future or my child's future that need ticked off that do list.
Yep.
And that I'm sitting in front of a game that's not real, getting points and get leveling up and all the rest of it for this game that will never pay me dividends.
What a waste.
It is. It's a good way to switch off and reject and recuperate. And
well, if you can switch off after half an hour, then brilliant.
yeah. But if you got shit to do your shit.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse to hide from the world,
Get your shit.
which is what a lot of men do.
Yeah.
See, when shit's going bad, they go on that Xbox or whatever and they'll bury their head. There's some men. One I want to mention because it's a good story. There was a guy I used to play with on the Xbox 360 back in 2010, 2011. So we're going back a good 12 years there.
That's probably the time I bought my first Xbox.
Was it? Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, so 2010, 2011, and I only knew him as his Xbox gamer tag, which was Gambling God.
Right.
He was a fella from Liverpool. Lovely fella. Don't know why he's chatting to a fucking 11-year-old, but whatever. He wasn't, but it was none of that. It was just the more like took a piss out of me type thing. It was normal.
Yeah.
There was no grooming going on. Like, but this fella, so it's been 2011 or 12 will be the last time I spoke to this guy before I went and got a PS3 or whatever the fuck it was. And I added him on Xbox the other night. I tried to find his name, Gambling God, to see if he'd still be there. And I found him. And I text this guy who had the same gamer tag. I said, hey, did you ever used to play with a fella from Northern Ireland in 2011-12 on Gears of War? And he goes, text back going, yes, was his name Clarky? And I was like, that's what I used to call myself. And I goes, oh my God, mate, yes, that was me. I said, how's things going, mate? It's been a long, long time. He goes, oh, same old, mate, same old. Was on Gears there recently and this and that. And I goes, oh my fucking God. This guy for the past 12 years is in the same job, playing the same games and just doing nothing for 12 years of his life. In that 12 years, I've had 3 businesses. I've grew up. I've had a child. I've had fucking multiple girlfriends. I've had all these things happen. I've experienced life.
Yeah.
And here's a guy who's 35 or 40 years of age, whatever he is, who used to play with a 12-year-old on Xbox, who still now plays Xbox every day and smokes weed, and that's it. Goes to work.
That's weed smokers for you, but
Think so? Their ambitions are very low.
Yeah, weed smokers, mate. Listen, Shelly doesn't watch this, but I haven't smoked weed And I think I'm on week 14.
Right.
I think I'm on week 14. I've had over the last 3, maybe 4 weeks, I'm going to say 28, maybe 30 draws of the pain.
Yeah.
And about 6 draws of a joint in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But haven't sat there and had a full in fucking 14 weeks.
Yeah.
Because it makes you.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what does.
You would have experience with that, mate. I only know a few people, and I'm not mentioning names. There's someone close to me two people close to me that are big into their weed, but they're very functional. They're very functional weed smokers. So they're the type that just take it and they're completely normal. But then I have
probably because they've been smoking it for so long.
Maybe.
I know people do that too.
But there's people that I know who smoke it and then just smoke it.
Worry about tomorrow. So that's where they go with. We'll worry about that tomorrow.
But I think when you do that for
life,
so long that you wake up, you look in the mirror, you haven't worked out, you haven't bettered your future, you haven't done anything, and you start to feel like suicidal. You start to feel like I have wasted my life here. What am I doing?
It's I would say if I sat down there and I blazed a fucking full joint and I sat there, I guarantee you, even halfway down that joint, I would go, what the fuck am I doing? And then you start feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Oh my God. My life shit.
Yeah.
Like I do. I mean, I'm not joking, right? I'd sit there and smoke weed and I'd go to myself, what the fuck have I actually done with my life?
Yeah.
And people go to me, what? Look what you've done with your life. Look where you were. Look where you are now.
Yeah.
But I go, I don't feel it, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. There has to be more in me. So there has to be more.
Well, there will be, mate. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got this other thing in the fucking pipeline. Did I tell you about it Monday? Did I tell you about it Monday?
No, is it confidential?
For now, yes.
We'll keep it confidential.
But for now, but it's only confidential until after this Sunday. So first meeting was Sunday previous.
Yeah.
Sunday the 25th. Second meeting's whatever date this Sunday is coming. Then after that, it's bring a mate. Then after that, we're all in. Do you know what I mean?
Oh no, you have told me.
Tell you about it?
You have told me. No, you have
right.
told. No, once you said that, I knew what you were talking about.
So so I invited 12 people to a meeting. 6 turned up.
Yeah.
The 6 that turned up was brilliant. It really was fucking absolutely brilliant. It went expert enthusiast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And everybody had this fucking same idea, the same main goal. So this week, 6 of the 12 turned up. This week, it's being left open to the 12 again. Hopefully more. I know at least 1, possibly 2 are going to come. I know definitely at least 1, so we're talking at least 7.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's bring a mate.
Yeah.
And that's when but I guarantee you, I'll say it here and I'll say it now. Josh, if you know me a long time, I've said this. Do you once this goes viral or once this gets out there, somebody else will come along with a better idea. Oh, I'll do it this way, I'll do it that way, I'll do it that way. Mate, listen, go ahead. Go ahead. We're going to do it our way. So we're going to do it our way. We're not going to. One of the guys is all, we can get funding for this, we get funding. No, I don't want funding.
Yeah.
Because once you get funding, somebody else tells you what you can, what you can't do. How about you fuck off, mate?
But that is very true in funding and all. So whenever you get an actual funding sheet, there's stipulations on it. Any public funding, there's stipulations on it.
No, we don't want that.
So
we don't want that. We want to do it our way.
And private funding has stipulations as well. If someone gives you sponsored money, has stipulations. Everything in life is stipulations.
If you have funding.
Sign the deal with the devil here,
exactly, brother. Exactly. We're going to do it our way. We're going to do it our way. If somebody else wants to come in with fucking a load of G's and fucking do it their way, well, why the fuck did you not do it before? Because I came up with the idea. And you've got the money to make it better. Go ahead.
Right, because it's confidential, we'll skip past it because a lot of people listening at home.
But make sure you leave that bit up where some people know something big's coming.
Something big's coming.
And see, no matter what your opinion is of me or of any of the other members, all are welcome.
So I like what you said there. So let's touch on that. What your opinion is of me, and the reason I'm going to say this is because I speak to a lot of other business people because I'm in a B2B business. So I have my day-to-day clients that I deal with. I look after their websites, look after their socials, and look after their paid stuff and their Google ads and stuff like that. And there's a girl that I want to get in the pod, and she's killing it. I mean, she's really killing it. I don't want to shout her out there because I don't know if she wants to be known, but she's killing it. I'm looking at her numbers that she's pulling in her e-commerce shop. I'm looking at her numbers that she's pulling in on her real estate, and I'm like, you're fucking killing it, girl. Like, I want to like interview you here.
Brilliant. See, before you even go any further, I hope you get it so I can let my girl listen to it.
Well,
because see women who are empowering, I always pass them on to my wee girl. You should listen to that.
We're talking. She's bringing at least 70 grand a month. She's bringing at least nearly a mil a year, and I'm like, and their overheads are very low. But anyway, at least that's only the two businesses that I'm working with. She's got more than that. Yeah. But I got speaking to her. I know? No, you wouldn't know her. But I said to her, do you want to come on the podcast and tell your story and how you actually got involved with this real estate and getting involved with this business? Okay. And she said to me, I would love to, but I don't show my face on one of these businesses because I don't want people to have an opinion of me and the business. And I thought, oh my God. Is that true for a lot of business people? That because people have a personal opinion of you, it can affect your business. Yeah. So whenever I open logos, I didn't tell anyone other than people close to me that I was doing it because I didn't want people in a local town I grew up in to have an opinion on me and then put that opinion into the food. So people didn't really know I owned it for about 2 or 3 months. Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of, it is what it is. And I was like, right, whatever, and embraced it. But the fact that you can't be successful without people shitting on you is ridiculous. It's a sad state of affairs.
People will drag you down to their level if you let them. I've said that for years. The people want to see you do great until you're doing great, and then they want to see you fucking fall, and they will take so much pleasure. I knew you wouldn't make it. I knew this wouldn't happen. And you're going to yourself, are you fucking serious? Like, are you having a fucking laugh? Your head? Fuck me. It's massive in this town. This town's brutal for it.
Well, the thing is, right, you look at anyone who's hyper successful, not just successful, there's a lot of successful. I say you're successful. I say in certain aspects I've been successful. I say even Jory next door to us is successful. So that's successful. I'm talking hyper successful. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like Sylvester Stallone, like
fuck Arnold.
Like not like him, no.
You just don't love him.
Right, anyway, let's not get more. But a lot of hyper successful people, and what they say is, I failed in a lot of things, a lot of businesses before I ever got close to being successful. To see all these times that people are like, I told you it wouldn't work, I told you didn't know what you were talking about. See, 10 years from that, then make them eat their fucking words.
Thomas Edison failed the light bulb with fucking 1,000 times, got it that once.
But failure is a part of life.
Yeah,
you get things wrong.
You have to fail. You have to embrace the fail. Here, I fucking failed, man. Fuck me. You've watched it. You've seen it. You took me fucking through it. I mean, I fucking failed. Yeah. You gotta embrace the fail.
100%.
You gotta embrace it, and you gotta move on.
But if you let something that eat you up, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Mm-hmm. So I touched on this in another pod, but I'm just going to use my experience. So whenever I knew I had the closed logos, for people listening, that was a Mexican I ran. It was 2 Mexicans, and we're turning just under $1 million. Really successful revenue wise, but costs started going up so drastically that I was like looking at things and being like, this isn't viable. Like, this isn't viable anymore. So I sat in my living room at the time and I was like, what am I going to do here? Because I have to close this. So either I have to close this or I have to drop staff, start using family members, and me working there every day. So there is ways to get out of it. But let me finish.
You go ahead, because I want to chip in on that.
So I decided people are going to have an opinion on me closing this. And it was almost like I felt like I was in the Coliseum, and I could feel people staring at me, and I was fucking choking. That's how I felt. Because everyone around me, Josh, I can't believe you have these Mexicans, you're doing so well, and this, and you're doing weddings and this, and I felt like I was letting my family down. I felt like I was going to be a laughing stock. Is how I felt at the start, when I realized that, when I looked at the numbers, like, this isn't going to work. And then I remember sitting there feeling really down, and then I was like, You know, when you talk to yourself, you have an inner
Yeah, yeah.
dialogue. I talked
Yeah.
to myself and went, wait a fucking second here. What am I on about? I know what. Look at how fucking successful I've made that. If I can market that business with £0, not a penny, £0 to turn nearly $1 million a year, I could do that with any business. And started at Tiernan Media the next morning when I closed logos. So I closed logos in October. I closed logos in October. By the time February turned around, I got my first ever 10k month in a Tiernan Media in February. 10k revenue in a month. And I sat there and went, holy fuck. Now remember, I have no staff.
Yeah.
So like a lot of that money came to me after
Yeah.
subscriptions and tax and all the rest of it. But just looking at that, I was like, that's a fucking win. I thought I was going to be a loser, lose my car, lose my missus, lose everything. And then now I'm like, to the fucking stratosphere, what's the next thing?
Right. I remember calling up.
So, but just
Sorry,
let
go
me
ahead,
quickly
go
finish
ahead.
that. No matter how many times you fail, find something else, get your teeth stuck into it, and go again.
Right. I remember calling into the East Belfast shop, and you were serving, and you were buzzing. You were fucking buzzing. And I was delighted for you. But see, when you closed it,
Yeah.
I knew. He's not. That's not him.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is you.
Yeah. It
This is
yeah,
you.
It is, to be fair,
This fucking isn't you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understood. I was gutted for you.
Yeah.
I was devastated for you.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was hard.
Yeah.
But because I remember that smell, that fucking drive, that
Yeah.
fucking yes. But I knew that wasn't you.
100.
I knew
agree,
that,
yeah.
that I knew. So when you closed that, I was gutted for. I really was devastated for you.
Uh-huh.
But I knew that it wasn't you.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Do you
I
understand
agree
what I
with
mean?
you. I absolutely agree with you.
I seen the hype. I seen the fucking yes squad. And I was delighted. And the food was lovely, by the way.
Thank
the
you.
food was lovely. Bit overpriced, but
You don't have your opinion, mate.
yeah, no, well, it's just because I'm a tight cunt. I mean, but the food was lovely, and I seen the smell in your face, the drive in you was fucking brilliant, and I was gutted for you when you had to cook. But I knew this is you.
Yeah.
This, it doesn't have to be the pod. It's cameras and laptops is you. That's you.
Yeah.
Standing behind a fryer's not you. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
so whenever at that stage, it was really tough to get chefs. So I had
Yeah.
to basically get my chef to teach me everything.
You have to. If you're going into that business, it has to be you.
Yeah,
Do you know, and that wasn't you.
It
You were
wasn't.
there, but it's not you.
but
Do you know what I mean?
but one thing I'll give myself, not to fucking finger myself in the ass here, like, but the fact that I knew that I needed to learn this, I went in there. I had no experience, by the way, no experience being in the kitchen, and I ran that kitchen better than what the carrot shop was putting run with a real chef. I was fucking really high standards, and the food went out. And our first day, the reviews were through the roof.
Oh, it was lovely.
On our East Belfast one, not our Carrick one. Shout out Josh Crawford for the Carrick one. He was fucking amazing. He was
What a guy.
top quality
What a
chef. But the Belfast one, all our reviews were through the roof. Everyone loved it because I'm one of these people that I will find a way. No matter what, like my granny before Loco started, and my mum was laughing at me, and my granny was laughing at me. Oh, you're going to start this burrito business? You don't know, you can't even cook. And I was like, watch me. I turned around to my granny and said, see if I can't get a chef, I'm going to get a hot plate. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to cook everything myself on that hot plate and put it in the bain-maries to serve it to people. That's how fucking determined I was to make sure that would work. So see if you include that in any aspect of your life, whether it's fitness, whether it's your career, whether it's starting a business. If you are like, I will fucking burn the boats, as I say, burn the fucking boats, you'll probably succeed because you got no option over to.
Going back to the book.
Yeah.
Always
Think
goes
and Grow
back
Rich,
to
by the
book.
way.
Yep. Always goes back. You have to burn all bridges behind you to make sure it work. I done that the very first. Not even. I didn't do it the first day. I did it the first week when I opened my barbershop.
Yeah.
I cut everything. Man. It had to work. It fucking had to work.
Yeah.
And it did.
But that's what I'm saying.
And look at
when you burn the boats, mate.
Look at the many people I have helped through the years.
A lot.
And they're all doing great. Fuck, who came back here recently for a cut? One of the lads came back recently for a cut, and he's not cutting anymore. He still has a couple of regulars that he does, but he's away doing what he does,
Yeah.
what makes him more happier.
Yeah.
But he said to me, Harry, he says, loved every minute of it. Like,
Yeah.
loved every minute of it. He says, thanks very much. I was like, fuck, cheers, mate. Thank you.
So the goal with this pod was I want to inspire young people, mate, because I would like to say, and I said it in the last pod, you inspired me, giving me that book and starting the business and giving me an opportunity to help market you at the very. So you technically, you're my first ever marketing client, like technically.
I was.
So that's a big up.
Make sure I put that on the pyramid. Freebies. It's rates.
So technically, you were the first marketing client, but just off of that, you gave me kind of the belief and think Grow Rich and reading that and like put my mind in a different place, and it's kind of germinated to who I am today.
Did I ever tell you how I came to that conclusion?
What conclusion?
About the book and why I backed it all the time? For a conversation. With that time I asked you to do for a haircut, you mentioned something and I thought, he knows about the law of attraction. That was it. Bam! That's all in for you. I believed in you from the start.
Yeah.
I did. I swear I did, man. I did.
Shout out, Hazza.
I did alright. I partied with your man dad for years. I knew them separately and then I knew them together.
Yeah.
But that one conversation, I knew that you knew and I believed in you. And I backed you from the start.
So the goal with this pod is for young people to realise, because we both come from council estates. For anyone who's not from the United Kingdom, council estates are kind of like ghettos.
Yeah.
In a way. They're kind of like our ghettos, and they're publicly kind of funded houses. A lot of the houses are publicly funded and ran. And you have a lot of crime. Yeah, you got a lot of crime. You got a lot of cliques. You got a lot of parties. You got a lot of drugs.
Yep.
You got a lot of wasters. You got a lot of fights. You got all that shit going on in the background. And whenever I was growing up, I never thought there was more than just going and finding a job. That was it. That's all I knew was going and finding a job. So with this podcast, I kind of wanted to give young people an understanding that that's not the only way. Yeah. Like you were talking about instant BRA there.
Yeah.
There is ways to make money, especially these days, that are not involved in a job.
Yeah.
There's ways to make money on YouTube, on Spotify, on TikTok, on Instagram.
Who was I talking to recently? There was me, Shy, and Razy standing outside the gym this morning talking about about education. Not one of us finished school. Not one of us finished school, but
I finished school
not one. Well, I missed my last day to be playing it or not. I think that was the last day I missed. But not one of the three of us finished school, and we're all running businesses.
So all the top.
Sorry. Pardon me. Sorry. Racy's not running the business. Racy's working in an office, right? And his joke, they all laugh at him because he didn't finish school. He's on the same age as all them ones, and they all went to university. Do you know what I mean?
Well, look, a hustler's mindset outsmarts. Look, mate, there's people who have master's degrees and PhDs and are doctors who make less money than people who left school before fifth year.
Because they don't have the hustler's mindset. They don't have they're book smart. Yeah. They're not street smart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You need to be both.
There's a saying that you never make a pound, you always take a pound. Making someone's always got the pound or dollar or whatever. So you never make a pound, you always take a pound because someone else has got the money and they give it to you.
Yeah.
So someone else has got a lot of money, that trickles down to other people, and then they give you money and and that's the economy. So whenever you're there to take a pound, is a smart person going to know how to take a pound, or is a smart person going to know how to get given a pound? Whereas hustlers, entrepreneurs, business owners, we know how to take a pound. Whereas as someone who knows a career, they know how to get given a pound.
Do you know the one person I try and enforce that on the most is my youngest, my Ollie. My Ollie, he'll ask you for money all day long. Knowing very he's got money in his pocket. And he'll still ask.
That's how I was to be fair.
Yeah. And he tries his hardest to make his own money. But he'll still come, gives a tenner, gives a fiver, and here you are. There's a fiver. Here you be. It's 35. You be bastard. Because I'm in the car and can't get out of the car. Here is cheers, you sucker. And he's away.
Yeah.
He's a hustler, man.
Yeah.
And I just thrive it. Keep going.
But but when these are the people that drive economies forward.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got hustlers who drive the economy, and then you've got thinkers. I love thinkers. Like Elon Musk, he'd be a thinker. Now, does he know the inner workings of all the companies he has? No. But he's a thinker because he sees the grander vision.
Yep.
Same with Henry Ford. And we need them people to push innovation and push civilization forward.
I had a manager in one of the last jobs I was in, right? Wanker. Absolute wanker. Right? He'd walk past you in the office, or he'd walk past you on the shop floor, knowing rightly the thing you were doing was wrong.
Yeah.
He'd walk past you and said, fuck off. And he'd up to his office, phoned the line manager, and the line manager pulled you in. And I says to him one day, I said, what the fuck? I said, why did you not tell me? It's not my job to tell you. It's his job to tell you. It's my job to tell him what to do. And I thought, I get it. His job was to manage the managers.
Yeah.
The manager's job was to manage us. Did you get me?
Yeah.
So he didn't need to know how things were done.
Yeah.
He just needed to know that they were done right.
I
He needed the bigger picture.
Yeah.
He didn't need to know how this shit was done.
Delegation,
So,
man.
yeah.
That's delegation.
He just needed to know
I'm
that
not
the
good
employees done what they were paid to do, which
Yeah.
was give us this fucking shit.
I'm not good with delegation. As one thing I need to work on as I scale at Tiernan is delegation, because I'm one of these people that it's toxic as fuck, but I'm like, I could do it better. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, but as you grow,
I
said
it in the shop today, and I didn't follow through with it, thankfully. Well, we'll wait and see how it goes. But one thing I've learned in business is, see, if you want something done right, do it your fucking self.
to an extent. Yeah.
But, well, fuck, trust me. But my problem is I like to be there all the time.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I don't like, I spent, fuck, right, everybody, this is an everybody laugh at Harry moment here, right? See, the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
I have 3 BT engineers in my shop trying to get my Wi-Fi and my phone line working. First one, put all the groundwork in, couldn't get it working. Second one, got the Wi-Fi working, couldn't get the phone line working. Third one, cut me off altogether. What the fuck? 4 fucking hours over the last 3 days I've spent on the phone to fucking BT. So what's wrong with the Wi-Fi?
What?
Somebody unplugged it at the wall.
Shut
I
up.
swear to God, mate.
Shut
I fucking swear to God,
up.
mate. I swear.
You're a
I
fucking
swear to
idiot,
God, mate.
mate.
I swear. That's the last thing I'd have thought about. Because it was all plugged in, it was all set, it was all ready to go.
You
and your man said to me,
bastard,
check your connections. I went round and I thought, there's a fucking wire here.
You're a dick.
How the fuck did that happen? But I can put the blame on other people, right? I can, because it's set beside a certain person. It's nowhere near me. Did he do it? So that somebody thought, I thought, fuck me. Like, but still, got the Wi-Fi working, still got the phone line working.
Oh, for
Fuck,
goodness
my God.
sake.
Swear. And I phoned Virgin, right? One got Virgin shop. Oh, with no connections, so you can't help me. No, fuck you.
Aye.
No point. Mate, I want to fucking contact BT and say to them, you owe me this month's fucking phone bill, you wankers. So, fuck
Well, I
me.
mean, whatever your 40, 50 pound an hour, just say to them that's 200 quid right there.
Fuck me. Mate.
Plus a gratuity of 10%.
Aye, plus the fucking the anger fee. 2 days, fucking trying to get through that fucking phone call. Fucking my God. Bastards.
Fuck's sake.
Unplugged at the fucking wall. That's why the Wi-Fi hasn't worked since last Friday. Because somebody has hit the fucking lead, pulled it out of the fucking box and cut us off.
You're a fucking rookie.
Ah, mate, swear to God.
You're a rookie.
Listen, I never in my life thought they'd check it. Do you know what I mean? Because it was working. and I'm over this side of the fucking shop. The Wi-Fi's over this side of the fucking shop. Never in my life did I think. See, when that guy back tomorrow,
Yeah.
fucking hear me too. Fuck. Nah, can't blame him because we are a team. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't like to treat everybody like a fucking team, so it's an our problem.
Yeah.
But fucking he's going to get it tomorrow when he comes in. I actually had the phone with Joyner the day. Get around here and get that all boxed in the fuck.
So it doesn't
Stop.
happen again.
Aye. And he came in the day and he measured up. He's in tomorrow. And he'll hopefully put that together.
Here, so let's go into another topic with the Titanic fucking submarine. Is there any now you're a conspiracy theorist?
Oh,
You're
well.
a conspiracy theorist guy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I know.
Now, I thought it was incredibly sad. Obviously, loss of life is always to me incredibly sad because we all do think about death. And
How long I'll get my phone out here and I'll pull out a list
Of
of
what?
the shit that happened right? So last week that was hot topic in my barbershop.
It was the hottest topic on earth. To be
Well,
fair.
I don't fucking follow mainstream media, so I go fuck. So everybody's what about the sub? What about the sub? And I kept saying to people, what are they not telling you? What are they not telling you? What are they not telling you?
Yeah.
Right. So the sub Monday, oh shit, Tuesday, oh shit, there's that sub imploded on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Do you know they were bolted in from the outside in?
That's retarded.
Do you know what I mean? That's a bit fucked up.
Design flaw right there.
Ah, mate, ridiculous. So, it imploded on the Sunday. They put that all over the fucking news everywhere
Yeah.
to take your eye off what actually happened, right?
What was going on in the background? Then?
So, off the top of my head, there's the whole Hunter Biden thing.
Which
right.
is fucked. All in fucked. All of it.
Joe Biden's son is fucking corrupt as fuck.
Yep.
Joe Biden is fucking compromised. The guy is that. I fucking crack up at him, but at the same time, the guy is what's the word? Compass mentis. He should not be in that position. He is fucking. He has got dementia. The guy's lost it.
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for him. Right? Even though I fucking can't stand the fucking cunt, I feel sorry for him. He shouldn't be there. He sat in a fucking diplomatic meeting the other day with the leader of India and literally opened up and says, yeah, I sold secrets to people I take money for. And they're like, what? He didn't just say that. Like, what the fuck? I mean, so it's taking their eye off all that shit. Plus America, and I made it fucking, what's the word? Is it not law, but something. They're now selling factory grown fucking meat.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this.
What the fuck, mate? Come on.
I'm not against it if it's safe, but
serious?
Yeah, I'm not.
Mate, come on the fuck. What's safe about it? It's grown in a lab and you're going to eat it?
Yeah.
Get the fuck, you hater.
Well, I mean...
Can't you grip? Seriously?
Yeah.
Mate, come on the fuck.
Like. As long as it was 100% safe.
Listen, they're going to tell you. They own the media. They own Big Pharma. They own all. They're going to tell you it's 100%. Until the next thing you know, your next child's born with fucking 3 arms and 2 fingers. You know what I mean?
Well, here, talking about that, that's the main reason that me and Georgia never got that vaccine was because she was pregnant. And I was like, you're not taking that. And they threatened the sack her. She was a nurse. Threatened the sack her. She was the only one in her ward that didn't take it. And I was like, you are not taking that. You have a child in your belly. And this is an experimental drug.
WTF official. As in, what the fuck is going on official on Instagram. Check them out. It's about vaccine injured. It's all about vaccine injured.
I'm glad I never took it.
So am I.
I thought you did take it.
Did I? Fuck.
I thought you
did.
Get
the fuck.
A lot of people ended up taking a
I was never taking that.
So see how they got it?
I said at the time, if I'm taking it, I'll take it in 2025.
Yeah.
Because by that time, all the test phases will have went over.
Yeah.
And we'll know exactly what the fuck the outcome is. Until the end, I'm not taking it.
See,
thank fuck I did not take it.
The one thing that got a lot of people, especially my friends, is whenever it was drinking season again, they opened the bars. You couldn't get in the bars without a vaccine or a recent test.
Yep. My tattooist, who is Gavin's tattooist, and that's why I went to him.
Yeah.
Is a punk through and through, a punk, anti-establishment, anti-everything. Got the vaccine so you can get a paint.
See, when you're
sold out for a paint, mate. Come on, the fuck.
But that's what I'm saying. It's mad how fast the world can kind of come together with these things. If we used that for a better mission. Not that, a better mission, we could do very good things.
Back the Alice Bailey fucking 2049, this is not agenda.
I mean,
so two things we're talking about there. We touched on. Who was it said it? Was it Andrew Tate said it? So somebody said, if you're going to take over a nation, what's the first thing you do? Kill all the fucking fighting age men.
Yes, he did.
So how many fucking soya boys are out there now that are not going to fight? Oh my God, my hair, fucking, you're offended.
This is true. This is true, yeah.
See anybody who's offended, you go first.
Yeah.
And if you come back alive, then we'll build statues and we'll sell songs about you. But until then, fuck you. But the other one, I was going to say FDR, not FDR. Robert, or JFK's nephew is now running for president.
Yeah.
And what was he said the other day? He came off with something the other day about it.
What's his name?
Can't remember. Kennedy Jr.
But it's Robert, isn't it?
Is he Robert?
I think it is
he
Robert.
Fuck, can't remember now.
I'm gonna have to double check.
Can't even
I'll
remember.
fact check. You
Can't even
talk
remember what I was going to say about it there. What were we talking about there?
You were talking about anti-establishment punk fucking taking the thing.
No, it was after that there. It was after that. It was what the fucking Kennedy say?
You talking about the frogs?
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
No, that is something.
Well, that's true. I can't admit. Fuck. I lost my train of thought there. I can't remember.
No, you were talking about Andrew Tate, and you were talking about the how the establishment wants no fighting age men to be to have a spine. They want people to be very submissive.
Fuck. I lost my train of thought.
Well,
that's why I do not drink.
Well, yeah, it is. It's Robert F. Jr. or Robert F. Kennedy Jr. But he's another one that is now. You've got Trump, you've got DeSantis, and you got him, Robert Kennedy, are all of the same persuasion and saying the USA government do not really care about their citizens. They're all there lining their own pockets. They're all liars. They're all taking money behind closed doors, and they're doing things to your water. They're doing this and that. These are people,
Tom,
presidential candidates.
Look up
the biggest country in the world.
Look up a girl called Tulsi Gabbard.
Right.
Tulsi Gabbard's a Democrat. She was Democrat presidential nominee for Hawaii.
Right.
They hate her.
Yeah.
They fucking hate her. Mate, she's brilliant. But she is fucking brilliant. She's just truth.
How now we're set, just so people have context, we were saying we're not from America. I was recently in America, but American politics affects people from the United Kingdom and Ireland because we're so interconnected. The West is so
up until the
interconnected.
pandemic, I always thought to myself, what the fuck does it matter what happens in America affects my life? Why the fuck do I need to know what colour socks Barack Obama's wearing or what he had for his breakfast? It actually matters, man. See what happens in America? It actually matters.
It does.
It fucking does.
It ricochets.
It does. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I look at America and I've lost friends on Facebook and people stop talking to me because I'm a Trump supporter. Have you ever in your life? But they're the sort of people who'll sit there and watch Love Island or Big Brother and pick their favourites. Yeah. I'll pick American politics and pick my favourites. Yeah. What the fuck do I care? But it actually does fucking matter. Do you know what I mean?
For me, my position will always be I want what's best for everyone. I understand there's people at the top who do keep a lot of things like they're like the big cog. So like imagine like a fucking gear system. They're the big cog which pushes a lot of little cogs, and I understand that. But the thing is, the little cogs need their fair share. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But again, going back to the politics earlier on, this is why there needs to be a term. People can't be in politics forever. Because then they get compromised.
Do you mean people from Northern Ireland?
From anywhere. See, if you go into American politics, some of them people have been in power for fucking 40, 50 years. And
do you mean party power? Like
party power? Yeah. So what they'll do is they'll put somebody up, new fresh face, but they're still beating the same fucking war drum. Yeah. Where in America, it's the same person for 50 years. They're compromised. Yeah. They don't give a fuck. But as long as they get their wages.
Well, that's what I said.
They don't give a flying fuck about us.
But like I said,
listen to the podcast I listen to. Real AF, Andy Frisella. Mate, real AF, real as fuck. Mate, this guy is fucking brilliant. You can't listen to him. I mean, I listen to his podcast now. I'm in the gym. To be fair,
shout out Andy Frisella. I do watch his stuff. Obviously we're not American, but he a lot of American politics, and we were interested in that because it does ricochet in the global politics. Been on there
since fucking episode 300 and stuff. He's now on 500 and something. I love him. He's fucking brilliant. Well, absolutely brilliant.
I mean, going back on that, and the fact going back on the presidential stuff, the fact that these are presidential candidates who are saying these things. And this is what hardcore conspiracy theorists used to be like laughed at for, is absolutely wild. That's wild.
What did I say? What's the difference between conspiracy theory and the truth?
5 years or something?
6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
See all the stuff we were talking about over the whole pandemic. Yeah, it's all true. It's all come fucking true. But the mainstream media,
not all of it. For fuck's sake, the 5G stuff wasn't true.
Well, all right, okay, all right. Well, how do you know? How do you know? Here's one for you. Right? Here's one for you.
Because it's all dropped. Because no one fucking
Kennedy
knows
was
what I'm talking about.
Kennedy was talking about was it autism? But many people had autism and ADHD and all this shit now. When he was younger, it was like 1 in 1,000, 1 in 3,000. Now it's 1 in 45. Or 1 in 34, sorry, he said.
For autism?
And why? Because we've all got fucking these. All got these stuck in their fucking heads. Wi-Fi, fucking radiation in your brain.
Yeah.
Any child with learning difficulties can't tie their lace, can't talk the street, can't do this there. You sit one of them in front of them, they're a wizard.
But see the thing is, right? So what you're saying there, put one of these in front of them and they're a wizard. A lot of jobs and careers are going to be solely based on the internet soon.
And what's that going to do? Keep you in the house, keep you stuck in.
It
Your
will.
mate, the Xbox guy?
Yeah.
Ooh. Do you know what I've noticed too? There's one there now. I've seen it in the barber shop, and if any other barber watches this, they will fucking know it too. See across here on the top of people's heads, big dent.
Oh, from the headset.
But see here and here,
Yeah.
you see bald spots people are getting.
Yeah.
People are getting bald spots here and here because the headphones are on.
Fuck.
No, I swear to God, I'm telling you. The bald spots are the biggest ones, but the next one's the dent across the fucking head.
Did you see the
Because
Vision?
of the headsets on.
Did you see Apple's new thing that they brought out, the Vision Pros?
No, you told me about it, but I haven't looked it up.
So what you were saying there about people being like zombified, so the Vision Pros is literally like you put these glasses on and the entire room turns into like virtual reality almost.
Right.
But like it's AR, so it's not VR, it's augmented reality. So like for example, you sitting here right now, and I had these goggles on, you had your goggles on, you could be like your own avatar and they're completely different and like show how much money you've got or like whatever. And then we could like that wall right there, which is nothing on it, we could turn around and be like, you want to watch some TV? And we could put a TV on that wall. And we're living in a dimension that doesn't exist. And we're making a new dimension. And this dimension is based on the internet. So have you ever watched a movie called Ready Player One?
No.
You should watch it. I think it's Steven Spielberg, and it's all about people who augment themselves into a virtual reality, and they become this character in like the virtual world. It's not them,
Right.
and they have virtual money, and they get basically live a life that in real life they're living in poverty, but in this world they're fucking living it up. So a bit like the Matrix.
Okay. Yeah.
So what a lot of people are saying is the Vision Pros is going to bring people almost in like living one step closer to being in a Matrix.
So, the Great Reset, Klaus Schwab and all those rats, the main thing that came out of that was you'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Right? What's the bare minimum food you need to survive every day? If you're sitting doing fuck all, what's the bare minimum food you'll need?
1,500 calories or something maybe.
Lab grown meats is what you'll need. Right? For toxic, sit your headset on, sit and watch your TV. Don't need to move, man. Don't need to move. You'll live in it. This room will be massive compared to what we'll need. So you think if you split this, you have 2 people in there, 2 people in there, fuck it, let's put a family in each. Hook them all onto the Matrix, feed them fucking chemically grown fucking meats, and have them all on the internet. I know what everybody's thinking, what everybody's doing. It's mad, man. It's mad. By 2049, I'll be 70. You watch the Glorious World is, man.
You'll be in there, mate.
I'm all in. I'm all in this.
There's a Black Mirror episode that talks about this, and I recently watched it. So when people die, they can put their mind into the cloud, and the cloud is this LA town or something like that, and all they do is like party and drink and like fuck and all that shit constantly for the rest of eternity in this cloud, and you can decide when you're dying if you want to be part of it. And like what you're saying there, it's crazy to think about.
See all the sci-fi movies I grew up on, they're all commentary.
Well, fuck me. Look at Star Trek. Star Trek used to pull out things they got there to fucking type in their stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's a reality.
Yeah, you've got it there.
It is.
It's crazy, man.
We wild to see what the world's like in 2049. Do you say there?
I hate to see it. I'll hate to see it.
Well, look, we have wise people we have the general populace. It's becoming wiser to these things, and when the general populace becomes wiser to things, usually things change.
What makes me fucking weird, right, is I'm fighting against all the crap the World Economic Forum's pushing on, and I'm looking at places like Russia and China and thinking they're better than this. They're communist as fuck. Do you know what I mean? I go, what the fuck is going on in this world? Like, seriously. In real AF, Andy Frisella, his fucking philosophy of life is personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion.
Yes,
you be
it
the
is.
fucking best you could be.
It is.
You be the best you can be and fuck everybody else.
100%.
I had a guy sent me a video the other day with this guy who literally has come off, has literally fucking done with a lot, has built himself this wee bubble and is living within that bubble and doing alright. Yeah, fuck the rest of them. Like, he's had enough.
Well,
Fuck
that's.
that.
I mean, the world does have a lot of bullshit in it, and like we talked earlier on the pod, a lot of evil. So maybe it is best to just keep outsiders out. And
I've been off social media for 30 days, mate, and I'm back on to one thing I found.
What?
It's got worse.
Yeah.
It's got worse.
Fucking hell, man.
No, it has gotten worse.
Well, let's try and help young people, and let's try and make more warriors. Let's have more warriors in the world, and more people who are there to defend their rights and defend the things that their forefathers died for.
Yeah, stand up. What I think is needed is a meeting or a town hall meeting, if you will. I fucking was the last time we ever had a town hall meeting. It was called of pensioners,
Yeah,
and teenagers.
yeah,
Get them together, and lads, listen to what these guys have got to say.
Yeah.
Not guys that's necessarily fought in wars.
yeah,
Just pensioners of how to be a man,
Yeah.
how life should be, how life was
Yeah.
compared to how life is.
Yeah.
Because there's too many participation medals. Everybody thinks the world owes them something.
Mm-hmm.
The world owes you fuck all. The world owes you nothing.
Look at the jungle, mate. If you're a gazelle, you get ate.
Yeah, you gotta go and fucking you gotta fight for what you want.
Yeah.
Because the world owes you fuck all. And all, you get a clear run, everything's sweet, and all of a sudden, bang, you'll get hit with that one thing and that'll destroy you.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? Because you got a participation medal.
But hopefully, the podcasts like this and Andy Frisella and everyone else out there can wake people up a bit, and we can start to become headstrong citizens globally, and start to defend the little guys. And
That's why it is the real AF, because it's just fuck me. They're on the ball, there, boys. Like,
yeah,
they are on the fucking ball,
100%.
and they're far right, by the way.
But I don't think they're far right.
They're not far right, but they're deemed far right, and they think this is great because DJ's actually a guy of colour, and the two of them think this is fucking brilliant. They think this is great.
It's fucking.
They love it.
For sure.
And Ali Rochelle says, see when they change the laws in America to come after their guns, he says, come get mine first. He says, I'll lead the charge. No, and he says, I'll go fucking home the first one comes to get my gun.
On my property, boy.
Yeah, fuck me. You want to see where he lives. His class,
100%.
He built himself a world that he never has to leave. So I mean, it's class. The way he lives is brilliant. Started with fuck all.
Well, shout out to all the boys who start with nothing, like ourselves, and we make something out of the life, and we know how to take a pound out there or take a dollar, whatever it is.
Yeah, fuck.
Right,
Yeah,
all right,
make it
we're gonna call it a night. Thank you for being
Right.
episode 10. Really appreciate it.